I've always been doing extra work and stuff. So I went to Chinese school for a while. I was going to the MIT like high school program where like there would be a lot extra classes for $30 and you get to learn whatever you want. And I look at those times and I'm like, shit. Um, I was like swim team. I did a lot of things throughout the years and ever since college and stuff. But I always had this feeling of me being really lazy. Um, and I think when I look back at it, I definitely did not have like a strong support system for that. Cause here would be my typical day. I would just come home, or I would just come home. My dad would yell at me. It just felt like it was never enough, out of Asian parents and stuff like that. And so I used to come home thinking like, oh, dude, I have to work like 10 times harder, because my parents aren't more, my dad more so isn't really happy with me, right? And then, like, it's always been like this, like, ever since even working in the pharmacy and school, like, in my head, like, I'm just not working hard enough. And you just hit this point where you're just so burnt out. You feel like wicked alone and stuff, and it's a really shitty feeling. And for a while, I actually had, hey, what up, Neymar? For a while, I didn't even notice this sort of pattern until I actually had a life coach. Um, and he was like, dude, you're not lazy at all. Dude, every single time we're talking, you're always working on something or you're always like putting in a lot of hours and stuff like that. So, what I realized from that whole situation is that sometimes you just need a really good support system to keep you in check sometimes, that's why like relationships, they're one of the most valuable things that you can get, or invest in. Not only are they good to have fun with, like good people, you have a lot of fun, but when you're down, they really support you, And I guess recently, ever since I sort of did videos and refugee hustle and all that sort of stuff, I've been thinking about my life, and um, I realized that it's a part of it is a little harder and harder to tell people about my problems because like when I talk to people, they don't necessarily understand or stuff like that. But and plus, it probably doesn't help that I'm in halfway across the country and shit from all my friends and family and shit. So those are some of the thoughts I thought about work ethic. If you're like struggling with work ethic, I think it really comes down to this like um is what you're doing like even valuable, or like is what you're doing like even worth it? Do you even care about what you do? Cuz guaranteed we all have our days that we're not motivated and stuff. Um we all have our days that we're not motivated, but day after day, even during those motivation things, I still have that not worry or anxiety. Those are well, sometimes it's worry, anxiety, shit. But um, day after day, sometimes we just have like it's almost like a child, and you're just like I don't know what it's like being a parent, but you're just like consistently thinking about it as well. So and every single day I just go back to it. Like when I was in pharmacy school, like I mean, pharmacy school is a really good point. Like there's times where you don't want to sort of study, but you're always thinking about it. You're always thinking about pharmacy school, whether you're in pharmacy school or not. Like at the end of the day, you will think about pharmacy school at one point in the day, right? And it's sort of like that because you care so much about it. Your future's on it. Um, you get to do this great profession, even though sometimes it's not that great. But you get to you get to accomplish something that most other people they never ever can even do. And for me, like I guess I don't want to say great pride in that, But I think that's a huge accomplishment. And if you are like a pharmacist watching this, or you're about to graduate, sometimes we forget like how much we can do, you know, and how much hard work we put into this one pursuit or one passion. And I think that's one of the reasons why a lot of people feel empty or empty or unfulfilled like with their life is because once you fulfill that pharmacy career, you have no, I don't want to say have no purpose, but a lot of people lose their purpose because doing like the goal of pharmacy, it's very appealing. It's very sexy. It's great. You know what I mean? But once that goal is gone and stuff, it feels very empty. So that's all I'm trying to say. Um, and that's why a lot of people they don't really like their jobs because it's the same thing. There's no growth, you know, and you see people like trying to climb the corporate ladder, and that's why one reasons why I wanted to get into entrepreneurship. You know, I think that's the mode of beauty because it's actually like a lifelong pursuit, and um, it's always a different learning experience, just like school. You know, and I think during these last few years after graduating school, like I just realized that I just love learning and accomplishing big goals because and it's not even the goal itself, it's the process, you know, because you learn so much, you fail, there's certain things like even today when my like it sucks because YouTube's not monetizing, like not approving my videos right now, but you find ways to just create content. Like I'm so busy, I don't have enough time to shoot more videos or edit my videos because it takes quite a while sometimes. But you just find ways, and I think I think a lot of the time like we find these setbacks and we just I think I've gotten a lot better at just trusting where like I can make the best decisions for myself. I have the best intentions for myself and stuff. So yeah, Felix, Santa Maria, fourth viewer. I also need help finding. I also need help finding a self-generating motivation. That's true. That's very true, and I think that's another big problem too. That's one of the articles I'm actually writing right now. More in like a job or like dream job sort of sense. But I think like a lot of people are like, oh, I don't know what my passion is, or oh, like take it from me, who I don't think I have that many skills. Like when you take a look at my portfolio and stuff, like I don't think I'm that super skilled. But what I did was I just focused on what I was sort of good at or what I was alright. What I would find here's a good test to find out what you want to do. I think I got this idea from Noah Kagan or something, and he was like, or I can't remember anymore. But basically, like on a Saturday morning, what do you do automatically? Is it like go on YouTube? Is it is it stay in bed? But like if you had your whole Saturday morning free, what would you want to do um, automatically? And I think that opens up the question, like whatever the question is, or whatever that whatever it is. Okay, second question, you need to ask yourself, how do I make money from it? Or how do I sustain a lifestyle based on that? If you like sleeping all day, shit, maybe you should look into betting or some shit like that. I don't know. Maybe you can create a whole niche on people that love sleeping. You know? And I'm dead serious. Like, there's an industry for everything, and it's just, I just feel like there's a lot of pressure to just find that one perfect idea. that one perfect idea, and I think that's a bad way to go about like passion and stuff because things change. What you want changes. I tell you guys this a lot, but sometimes we think like 10 steps down the road when we should really be thinking about the first roadblock, you know? Like I was listening to Elliot Hulse stuff. One of his questions, like that somebody asked him, it was like a really fat guy, right? And he was the model fat guy, and he was worrying about extra skin, loose skin, when he gets ripped and stuff. I'm like, dude, like Elliot was like, shit, why are you thinking so far down the line? You should really just be thinking about losing the fat first and then deal with the problem later. How do you even know if you're going to even have those skin folds, right? So I think that's a good point. But yeah, just explore, and I think the next article I'm writing is about this like scientific method, I think. Or actually, you know what? I'm actually writing two articles at once, so maybe I'm getting confused. But that article should be coming out soon. But yeah, um, let's see. It is 9 o'clock. So and I only got three viewers. Shit. So I'm gonna close my stream. I hope this helped you in the mud of morning. I know it's like Saturday. There's no one up right now. Who the fuck gets up this early? Well, I do, right? But yeah. I mean, I just felt like part of part of bringing up this subject was like I just was thinking about it myself recently. What am I really working for? Like I'm like I feel like a part of me is not throwing away these my youth years, but I think it's healthy to ask yourself like, why are you doing all this? You know, you could live a lot easier life if you just shut the fuck up and just and just like take what you're given. But I think it's important to ask yourself like, why do you even want all this? Why do you even want to do this goal and stuff like that? And I think for me, it's the learning, and it really comes down to the growth. Doing all this amount of stuff. So, anyways, guys, I'm gonna close down stream. See you guys later. If you are watching this later, please like and subscribe. See you guys later, guys. Peace.